I'm just gonna cut right to the chase, bro, because I'm not gonna waste no time for y'all. I know y'all are here to hear about what happened to me. I've been gone for 2 months. All right, this is a lot, chat. I'm gonna tell you what happened. So on October 9th, I woke up, had to go to work. I wake up and I feel a pain on my right chest. So hear me out. I'm gonna walk around because this is a lot, and when I talk a lot and I'm in my head, in order for me to not lose track, I have to like kind of walk around. Yo, camera, focus on me. Camera, focus. My camera's not focusing. Focus. Focus on my beautiful face. Thank you. Pain on my chest. I disregard because I just woke up. I'm getting ready. I'm running late for work, so I'm rushing. I'm showering, but then I notice I'm a little short of breath. Whatever. I continue. I have to go to work. So pain, whatever, about shortness of breath. I go to work. I tell my boss, oh yeah, I'm feeling this and that. Oh, it's probably when you have a gas stuck. When you breathe in and you have that little sharp pain. That's what I was feeling at the moment. I'm still able to work. It's there and it bothers me a little bit, but whatever. I keep going. As the day progressed, it kept getting a little worse, a little worse. And they told me to blow in a balloon. Just blow in a balloon and then let the air go back in to like kind of like help take out the thing. So I was doing that throughout the day. Towards the end, I told her, I was like, I don't think this is a little gas. Like I can't, like it's just the pain kept getting worse. Every time I bent down, like I'm like I'm out of breath. So she's like, okay, just take out the trash for me. So I did that. I took out the trash, and as I'm walking, the pain just kept getting worse and worse and worse. My car, I always park far, so I'm walking. I'm like, yo, like this is different. Like it hurts to walk, and I was out of breath. I was like if I just ran a marathon. So I was like, yo, something is wrong. I go straight to the to urgent care. Urgent care is about to close, and I tell them. They ask me what are your symptoms. I tell them I have chest pain and like shortness of breath, whatever. And they're like, oh, I can't treat the chest pain because we don't have an X-ray machine here that we can use to give you an X-ray. You have to go to the ER. So that's what I did. My parents already knew they were on the way. They picked me up from where I was at because I'm driving a manual and it's hard, right side, They take me. They're the nurses are taking my vitals as soon as I go in. They ask me what are your symptoms. I tell them shortness of breath, pain on my chest, and it's just been going on since I woke up today. And then they asked me this one question. This one question is like that kind of stuck with me, and it's just do you vape? And I was like, yeah, I vape and I smoke and the nurse didn't after that she didn't say anything. She said, hmm. So they call me in, they take my blood, whatever, and then they like, oh, okay, we're gonna do an X-ray on your chest. They take me to that room and so they put me like this, right? Let's say this is the wall for the X-ray. They put me like this. I forgot. I think I was like this, or like I have my arms up. I don't know. And then she asked me, take a deep breath, and right there, I knew something was wrong because when I took that breath in, I could feel so it I could feel this side was lifting up. When you breathe, you see how my chest is going up, the both sides. Only this side went up, and then she kept taking X-rays and X-rays. She's like, hold on, let me take another one. When she was taking it, when she took that last one, a doctor happened to just walk by. She's like, oh, doctor, come here. Can you look at this real quick? And then she looks at it, she's like, oh, that's not good. I hear. She's like, oh, that's not good. And then she goes like, hi, how you feeling? And I'm like, yeah, just pain on my chest. Is like, that's could be from the collapsed lung. And then when she said that, like I could hear, the beeps from the hospital before that, like the nurses walking, whatever, and everything just went like collapsed lung, like lung collapsed. Like I was just in shock, and then she's like, yeah, it popped like a balloon. That's another word that's stuck in here. The fact that she said that my lung popped like a balloon is insane for me. So she's like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, blah 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 blah. She's telling me all this, and I'm still in shock. Like I remember going back to my mom and just saying, they say I have a collapsed lung, and my mom's like, collapsed lung? How? This and that, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I, I don't know. And they took me in the room. She explained everything to me, and while she's explaining, I just see all the nurses like rushing, like fast, like grabbing all the stuff, like, oh, I need this, bah, boom, right here, boom, 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 and then they tie me. So they sat me in the bed, and then when I see that they tie my hand like this, they lift this up, and that's when she started saying like, I'm about to do a little incision right here. I can show you guys right here. Right here, this is the first incision right here. You can barely see it now. right? And I'm about to get to this, okay? That's part of the story. I'm about to get to this. She does the first incision. She says they have to put a what is called a pigtail. A pigtail is like a little tube that goes in your lung that helps suck up all the air from the collapsed lung. So when the lung collapsed, it popped, and all the air that was breathing throughout the day, it was getting stuck on the cage, and my lung just keep going like this. Pressure, pressure, pressure of all the air that was coming out, just pushing it down to the point that on the X-ray, my right lung wasn't there. It was gone. Like you could see, it was like a white little piece right here, and it was the pressure was so much it was being pushed towards my thorax. Thorax is this right here. That's where your heart is at, right? They said if I would have, let's say I would have waited until tomorrow, I could have died because the lung could have been pushed, crushing my heart, causing a cardiac arrest. And I just found out the other day too by my pulmonologist that it could have also filled up with blood as another way that I could have died. I had two ways that I could have died. So she does that. They're putting the tube in, so the incision, right? They put a small little tube. It's super small, right? They're sliding it in, and you just feel it because it's like you feel the tube just going in. I'm sorry for those that are kind of like icky about that. I have a picture I'm about to show you guys right now. I wrote a lot, guys, but I'm just gonna freestyle in my head because I'm not gonna forget a detail because I wrote this, and when I was writing this, tears were coming down my face because reliving that moment was not good. When they put the tube and once they turn on the machine to suck up all the air, I felt that relief. I'm able to breathe. But the pain was so much because, dude, there's a tube. There's a tube just hanging right here, bro. Just hanging. I laugh, bam, like it hurts. I talk, it hurts. The pain meds were the only thing that kind of like, helped me a little bit with the pain, but still, I couldn't get up. I couldn't do anything. So that happens. The doctor tells me everything went great. So they put me in an ICU. They're monitoring me throughout the whole day. I was there for 2 days until they said, okay, they took an X. They were taking X-rays every morning to see how my lung was, because my lung had to expand. Once they took out the air, my lung had to expand, so I had to do these exercises. Let me show you my good, very friend that I had at the hospital. I named him, but I forgot his name. But this little guy helped me, expand because I have to, guys, don't make fun of me. I had to do this. Just remember that I was in the hospital doing this because I almost died, okay? Do not make fun of me. I had to do this. And then the ball, I have to go here. I have to go as much as I can. Guys, when I tell you the pain was so much, I could barely go up to like 1,000, up to like, this is how much I could do. I remember I could do like up to here. 750. Only right there. That's how much I could do. And it hurt so much. So look, guys, I found a picture. So this is me. This is me. When they were starting the tube ski. You can see right here very well that they're inserting a tube on my chest. This is the x-ray of my lung when it collapsed. Oh, I thought I turned off my thing. So this right here is my lung, normal lung that didn't collapse, and this is my collapsed lung over here on this side. There's nothing on that space. All that blackness is just air that was stuck in there. So 2 days passed, and they say, okay, you're good. Your lung is expanded. We're gonna go ahead and take out the tube. All right, so I'm like, cool. When I tell you taking out the tube hurt more than putting it in, I was like, hell no, I'm not going through this again. So whatever, I'm happy. I'm about to go home. They do an X-ray before you leave to make sure everything's good. So I do the X-ray. I'm there with my family. Enjoy my time. I'm about to leave. Happy. And then out of nowhere, a nurse comes, puts oxygen on me. I'm like, okay, I'm fine. Why are we putting whatever? Disregard. I'm about to go home. That was my thought process. I'm about to go home. Then the PA comes. PA is the physician's assistant. Very, very nice lady. Super young. 25, I think. Her name, I'm very bad with names. I'm sorry. I forgot her name, but she was amazing. She comes, tells me, how you feeling? I'm like, good, blah, blah, blah. Check out the tube. I'm like, so about that, bad news. It collapsed again. So my lung just decided to, you ain't leaving, big dog. Collapse again. Left the chat. And so after that, I remember I was such in a bad mood. I was like, why? Why, man? I was just about to leave. Why are we collapsing again? Tube goes back in again, and it was the physician assistant, the PA. She was amazing. She was amazing. I'm not gonna lie. She knew I was nervous. She could tell I was nervous. She gave me some meds to calm me down. She was, I'm gonna give you the good stuff. That's what she always said. She's like, you want the good stuff? And I was like, please. So she gave me some pain meds and she gave me some something to calm me. And throughout that second surgery or little pigtail or whatever, it went amazing. I was talking to her like, and one thing my mom told me is that when she left, she was like, Mom, you have a warrior. Like, I'm so sorry that he has to go through this again, but he did amazing. He's gonna be fine. So they moved me to a regular room. Days go by. I think 3 days go by, and they're like, the doctor from the floor said everything's good. We gotta take out the tube. But then the ICU doctor was like, no, I want to keep him just to be safe. And my selfish ass got super mad. I got so mad, but it was just cause like I just want to leave. But deep down, they just wanted to do their job. They wanted to make sure that that didn't happen again. And then what? Yeah. So just to make sure I was good, they had taken out the tube. I was breathing fine. I was walking. I was doing my exercises to make sure it didn't happen again. At the hospital, I was probably one of my lowest moments in my life because I was just I didn't want to ask God why me, why is this happening to me, but because I knew that he told me when you guys know the start of 2025 when I did my first stream, I said I had quit everything, smoking, drinking, and I did for 3 months, but then life happens and I kind of got back into smoking. July came when I did my comeback again, whatever, from the thing, and I explained everything. I was still smoking. I was still, and the reason I started is because I remember I asked God, I want this. I want to make this streaming, even though right now I'm maybe nobody. I want to become somebody. I want to be part of, like, somebody can see, yo, like, this kid went from this to this, how, and then I could just be like, it was all God. But God told me you have to stop smoking, you have to stop doing this, and I kept doing it. And I'm not gonna say that he said, you want to stop smoking? I go, he go, boom, collapse lung. And then I'm like happy, like, oh yeah, I'm about to go back, blah blah, blah. And then boom. So I didn't ask God why that happened. I just kind of knew I was, I just took it. And then from then I felt a shift of my mindset. And also after I turned 24, I shift of my mindset. I started valuing family more, life, because yeah, boys, I really could have died. We only got one life, and I really could have died just by just smoking. It showed me also who my real friends are. I had people that showed up. Hold on, bro. Let me concentrate. Say you weren't gonna cry. I had people who showed up who I never thought would show up in my life. Like, so much love, so many prayers, messages, and it showed me like, nah, I ain't gonna cry, bro. The glasses are there for a reason, gang. All right, let me drink. Hold on. This is water, by the way. And oh yeah, all the love, and just to show that, like, even when times I felt like I was alone, there's a lot of people that love me deep down. To those that pulled up to the hospital, really showed me that y'all like the real ones. Like, y'all got life going on, and for y'all to take a part of y'all day to pull through to see how I'm doing, it really meant a lot. All the messages, all the prayers. Now to the tough part. When I was writing this, I was trying not to cry, but me thinking I went through so much pain, yeah, I don't understand the pain my mom went through. Cause imagine having a son and then you just seeing that all that is going, all of this is happening to him, all the pain, you know. And another big part that kind of God showed me after I got discharged, I went back to the hospital the next day because they told me if you have any shortness of breath, any pain, any fever, just come back. You just want to make sure you're good. And when I'm there, guys, and they're doing a CT scan, I see that a police comes, and then there's a mother that comes desperate, like crying, saying that nobody has seen him. That's usually because saying nobody has seen my baby, nobody has seen my baby, like the doctors. And I remember when I'm waiting in the CT scan, I see somebody pulling the surgeon's coming, and then they're pulling a guy on a bed to the surgery room. When I leave the surgery and I'm walking back, I just see the surgeon going to the family, and then I guess talking to the mom just to let her know the bad news that her son passed. And yo, the screams, like her crying, just saying no, why, please God, no, just made me think like that could have been my mom that night. I would have, something bad would have happened to me. And I guess it's just another way of God showing me that, like, to not take advantage of my mom, and to love her, and to, like, even though you know, sons and moms have, you know, clash sometimes. Like, she's still, your mother's always gonna love you unconditionally. And honestly, that's something that I'm grateful for. This is my mom. She went sleepless nights in the hospital, uncomfortable chair. She slept on that. Like, she made sure like I was good. She, you know, even though I couldn't get up and shower, she would pass a wipey, you know, and clean me. Like, she made sure I ate. She made sure I was good. Like, anytime like they were doing the therapy for my like nebulizer and stuff, like she made sure, you know, everything was good. And yeah, it just shout out to my mom for that. And then hold on, let me skip through because I know I'm missing something. I did good. I didn't cry bad. I'd held myself. I wrote this. I said, after everything, I came to a realization that I almost died or I could have died. It opened my eyes, made me realize that we only have one life, me and you. Any of our close people could go whenever. So, yo, I got mocos coming down. Ew. Don't take advantage. Call your loved ones. Tell them you love them. Don't hold grudges and just live life to its fullest. Guys, please. There's something I'm telling you. And also, if you're smoking or you vape, I'm just gonna give you this advice. Take it from me. I wouldn't wish what I went through to anybody, not even my worst enemy. So please, I hope you can find my story, my testimony as a inspiration to quit and to stop, because you don't gain anything but hurting your lungs at the end of the day. Also, after everything, I was doing my follow up with my pulmonologist, and after she told me also that my lung could have filled with blood and whatever, that I'd done a CT scan to see, and she said everything was good, but there was only one kind of thing that was there, and it was there's mild scarring on my lung. If you know, lung is a tissue, and if it scars, is kind of like damaged, but not like you're gonna die. It's just damaged that like your lung doesn't take as much oxygen as a healthy lung. Less oxygen, right, leads to less oxygen to the brain. And right there, she diagnosed me with pulmonary fibrosis. Those that don't know, is just scarring on the lung, and that progressively with age is gonna get worse. I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die. I'm good. But I may experience some shortness of breath like regular people. Like if I run, I'll be out of breath quicker than others. Dry cough. And yeah. So from now on, it's just to take care of myself. And again, those that are here and are seeing this, and if you smoke, it's tough, I know, but it's all made up. It's all here. It took me a collapsed lung to quit, you boy. Like, you can do it, bro. Just don't get the collapsed lung. That's all I'm asking. Yeah, guys. If you could give a message to your mom, bro, I'm not. If I do that, I'm gonna cry. She already knows. She already knows how much I appreciate her. Like, she could have been like, I've been told you to stop smoking. Now you're gonna be there by yourself. But no, she was there by my side, and love your mom, bro. Do not be mad at your moms, guys. Probably you're the first time she's a mother, and she's gonna be tough on you because she loves you. At the end of the day, she wants what's best for you. So don't be tough on her. Love your mom, respect your mom, and yeah, guys, I think that's everything. I'm not missing anything else. That's my testimony. I'm alive by the grace of God. I could have passed out. My lung could have filled with blood while I was at work and just died. And yeah,